And next up at PFL Pittsburgh, we've got Sumiko Inaba taking on Ariane Lipski da Silva. Carlos, who you got in this one?
Um, I'm gonna go with Lipski da Silva in this one. She should be able to get this done, but it's her consistency that makes me a little worried about it. Is the fact that sometimes she can come out, get a quick submission finish. Sometimes she could be like very dominant on the feet, and then other times, she just I don't know, she maybe loses focus, makes a lot of mistakes, and just can't come back from it. And Inaba comes to fight, and she's tough. She can get in bad situations, wants to impose herself on her opponents, and I just feel that Inaba coming forward would be something that De Silva wants. You know what I mean? I think that's what she needs out of her opponent so that she can pick her counter shots. And not that she's the greatest counter fighter, but just having that little bit of like, I don't have to be the aggressor. She has to come towards me. I have a little bit of the size in here. I have a little bit of the reach. You have to come towards me. I think that's going to be a little bit easier for her because that's what Inaba is going to do. I don't think Inaba is going to be able to get her down. I don't think Inaba is going to be able to outstrike her. I just think that Inaba being busier may look better in the eyes of the judges. I don't think she's going to get a finish if she does. But if anything, I feel that Silva's going to land probably the hardest shots, probably going to get her clinched up, throw the knees a little bit in the clinch. Those elbows, the stuff you got to watch out for if you're Inaba. And I just feel that she's going to just weigh on her and get this one done. Um, it's hard because De Silva, like I said, is very inconsistent, but I think she comes in ready to make a name for herself in PFL and gets this one done.
Yeah, Sumiko Inaba has good forward pressure and a high level boxing, high volume boxing. I wouldn't necessarily say it's high level, but I think that's realistically all she really has. If she had a nice wrestling game that she could really rely on in this matchup, I'd probably pick her. But we know with Ariane Lipski, there's two question marks. Does she make weight and can she defend the takedowns? That's pretty much the narrative around her skill set. And when this fight plays out on the feet, I think Ariane Lipski is going to have more success. She does a good job of mixing in more weapons. She has nice kicks. She's able to time the right hand very well. And I think with Inaba, kind of crashing in and ultimately pressuring a lot, I think that those counters and that right hand is going to be there for Lipski. She does a good job of switching stances as well. She'll go to the body with kicks as well. And I think realistically, Ariane Lipski is going to be much bigger in this matchup. Obviously getting cut from the UFC after 3 losses in a row. She's fighting higher level, women in the UFC. Let's just face it. Obviously Jasmine Jazz Davicius, she was able to take her down. Kong Wang is a much higher level striker. And Karini Silva as well is a much better athlete and hits harder than Ariane Lipski. So in all 3 of those matchups, it's clear to see why she was able to lose in those matchups. But I just don't see what Inaba's going to be able to bring to the table here that's going to be able to get the respect on the feet. She doesn't have the grappling and the wrestling to fall back on. So that's all sides to me point to Ariane Lipski. If she misses weight and obviously gas is out, then there's definitely a path to victory for Inaba if she's able to push a pace and get Lipski tired after a bad weight miss. But I don't see that happening. I think she comes in here, kind of rejuvenated. She's still 32 years old, 35 for Inaba. Doesn't have me, kind of filling me with confidence. So without that high-level wrestling to be able to fall back on here, to be able to kind of capitalize on Lipski's poor takedown defense, I think Ariane Lipski gets this one done on the feet. I think it goes to a unanimous decision, and I think Lipski has the bigger moments on the feet.